Ibn, Michael Scudamore. Now, you would know more about this. What was his main worry, Skew?
Getting down to start. It pulled very, very hard going to start. He's tired just getting to start. But he's been told to ride like Frankie Dettori, so I think we can compare styles later. It looks like he's going to let his leathers down a little bit now.
The longer you ride, the longer you live, they say. Number 7, Tommy Stack. Well, I rode with Tommy in a race in America on the flat, and he was so tired after. He's like a beach whale. We couldn't get him up off the bench for an hour.
Yes, he told me he hadn't ridden out for a long time, and he couldn't get any breeches and boots to fit himself. But he's in good form, and of course the trainer of a classic winner last Meninas.
And you'll all remember him winning the 77 National on Red Rum. What an electric year that was. 10s from 9s.
Steve Knight, Richard Hannon's assistant trainer, he won the National Maori Venture. And Steve tells me he's only put on about 10 pounds since he's ridden up, and given up, and he rides out every day.
And 9 here, the almost Jim Joel colours. When Mr. Joel died, he said in his will his colours were not to be used, but these are the closest they can get to them because the owner, Miss Fraser, has some past link with the colours before Mr. Joel had them.
Bob Davis, 11-pound overweight. He's broadened out a little bit since he gave up, but he always struggled with his weight. He's not very tall, Bob, but a very strong man.
Do you know, his brother-in-law, Terry Biddlecombe, used to call him Hitler when he was riding, and I think now he's clerk of the course of a few of the jockeys too. Jigsaw Boy, 130. Great Hall 4s, 5-1 Little Ibn, Invocation Peter.
And they're running, and Little Ibner is one of the first to show on the outside. Michael Scudamore on Little Ibner. On the near side, Tommy Stack comes to join him on Sharp Prospect. And it's Tommy Stack on the inside, Little Ibner towards the outside as they race towards the home turn with Invocation and Bob Champion right up there with them too. And back in 4th place is Clarion Call and Graham Thorner. As they round the home turn, Tommy Stack with the advantage on Sharp Conquest from Invocation and Bob Champion. Then towards the outside, Little Ibner and Michael Scudamore. Clarion Call comes next. Running the rail is Jigsaw Boy and going very smoothly under Hugh Davis. They're well into the final 2 furlongs now, and it's still Sharp Conquest and Tommy Stack with the advantage. Chinour coming there now towards the outside under Maurice Barnes. And Maurice Barnes, who won the National Drumstick, has taken it up now from Sharp Conquest and Tommy Stack. Then comes Invocation. Jigsaw Boy and Hugh Davis putting in a run on the rail. But it's Chinour who has it as they race up towards the line. Chinour wins the Martel. Bob Champion. Cancer Trust Invocation is second. Sharp Conquest is third. Running on just a bit fourth was Great Hall and Tommy Carberry. And last, in fact, was Bob Davis, who was putting up 11 pounds on Pampered Guest. And so the result of the Martel Bob Champion Cancer Trust Handicap Stakes is first, number 4. Chinour, owned by Mr. Frank McKevitt, trained by Eric Alston and written by Maurice Barnes, who won the 1979 National on Rubstick. Second was number 1, Invocation, owned by Mr. R. Kiernan, trained by Charlie Moore, and written by the originator of the race, the man who thought up the idea, Bob Champion, who won the 1981 National, of course, and Old and Edie. And third was number 7, Sharp Conquest, the long-time leader, owned by Mrs. H. Levy, trained by Willie Muir and ridden by Tommy Stack, who won the 1977 National on Red Rum, with possibly just getting up to be 4th, Great Hall under Tommy Carberry to shade Jigsaw Boy and Hugh Davis.
Yes, it had been a fairly good start, and they caught us all by surprise, but right from the start here, you can see Morris coming on the wide outside, had a look over his shoulder, knew the dangers on the inside were covered, and there's Stacky in the orange colours, blinkered on the rail, really going for it. Those two sharing it at this stage, with Champ in third.
Yes, just I can imagine the old legs and the thighs are beginning to ache a little bit now, and the lungs are feeding further and further down, and your stomach are beginning to burn a bit, because although it looks quite easy, this horse racing, sometimes it really gets you, especially in these sprints when you're working for such a long time. Bob Champ just in the green there, giving his a reminder to get on about it. Bob still knows exactly what he's doing. Tommy Stack Again, he said he wasn't very fit and just beginning to look a little bit tired there.
And Huell Davis in fourth there in the beige and brown colours right on the rail. He's just petered out now. Looked as if he'd have a chance, but Maurice Barnes and all the other jockeys slightly unflat-like, as you would expect.
Tommy Carberry's is run on really well, number 9, with Great Hall. Tommy, who rode a lot on this flat himself as well.
Well, pick up on the line. I didn't get it right yesterday, but you can clearly see that Champ is ahead second here. I will stake my life on that one. Maurice Barnes comes in. He'll be very pleased with this. His father, Tommy, also rode in the National Road as second, 1962. Great association with the place.
Yes, we had a posse of family supporters here today, Maurice Barnes, to cheer him home, and how brilliantly he rode too. Back in 79, as I say, that he won it on Rubstick. The judge has just announced his official result, which confirms our impression that Chinour won from Invocation, Sharp Conquest third, and fourth, Great Hall. Maurice Barnes' daughter, Angela. In fact, the last person I saw before coming up to the commentary point, and she requested my undistinguished signature, which shows how hard up she is for autographs, poor girl. But she will have been very, very happy to have seen this, having been here this afternoon for the very first time. 1.5 lengths and a neck, the official margin. A 7-year-old, this Chinour by Dalsan, out of Chistia by Try My Best. Maurice Barnes doing what 4 other riders been unable to do this season. It's the first time he's been placed by this horse this year in 5 runs on the level. Slight contrast for Maurice to the acclaim he received in 1979. A really stout effort. And stout was not a word used advisedly there. He didn't put up an ounce of overweight. They carried very similar weights, these horses. He carried 11 in fact, so he wasn't unduly pressed to do the weight. The starting prices were as follows. First